So this is the first game. First game between Robin Bonjun and he's playing white, and Matthew Cable. And we can start with this. Everything is kind of normal, I would say. This pincer is not as common, but maybe it's just, I would say, special tactic. Should be okay. I would rather play this, but it's my personal feeling. Usually you play here in order to get center, sometimes to push again maybe, and then like hope, like now, hope that black will not answer. This is main reason to play the move like A. Very often you play like this when bottom side, like this side, is not interesting. And then you want to have kind of center because blocking at B would be not interesting. Otherwise, I think this one is just more simple. It's simple Joseki, especially here. I would be so happy as white. I took the sides that like, you know, or right side, and there is already Shimari. So this Shimari means that that side is important. And if black would get a wall there, then it would be Moyo. Like this, black is divided onto two, like right side and bottom side. Like everywhere black wants to build Moyo, but in fact, I'm not sure it's so easy. Okay, Keima, it's fine. That's okay. This is was a Joseki, which is good. I would really recommend you, instead of this, to play here, to block and play this Joseki. I will show you how easy you can destroy the bottom shape. And this is, I think this is the main difference, because in a game it was like this, and it feels like this shape is better, but in fact it's not really. There is no good answer on this move. Even now black can play it. And for example, I'm not sure what to do. Like Hane, and then there is no real good answer. White shape is really... right after f2, black can play g3 directly.
Game started.
Wait, f2. Yeah, if like this, I guess. If white f2, you would play f3. You can play this, but white play this one, and you can start this fight, but usually black is dying here, like maybe even like this, something like this, and black most of the cases will die. So if black really wants to really fight, like jump, then white block this, and then in any case white is okay. So this is Joseki. 2 is never a good move. I mean, maybe there is some special circumstances when it's okay, but most of the cases you never play here. You just this, and this is just good shape. Yeah, and also I think it's still better to even answer like this. It feels slow. I think it was even Joseki at some point, like maybe 20 years ago. And white were happy when this stone is far. Like you have a strong shape and the stone is far, it's okay. I mean, previous shape was for sure better, but this is also okay. Yeah, taking big side. I think here it's clear that left side is small and top is big. So for black, this is small because of these moves. Like very difficult for white and black build much there. And it's like already half occupied, so I would rather play like this, maybe even jump. You take a big side and push white to the a bit smaller one, and then everything looks good. Sansan is also not bad. I mean, cannot be bad, I guess. This. Okay. Maybe I'm starting to see that for white, you see, this wall is very difficult to use. I mean, you have the move, but I would be maybe even more interested to give up Ponuki, because again, left side is not interesting, and you take cash. I think this way would be more comfortable to play for white. White already take some cash on the right, so I would play like this. This way you will get kind of some moyo, but I would be really happy as black here. Maybe just defend first, something like this, and then play here, and like that area on the top is not really that big. Yeah, this is what I would play, I guess. This is probably still okay, but you need to be ready that white will fight, and it's good. White is fighting, it's fine. This is good. I'm just thinking, I think overall so far nothing bad happened for black, and black should just maybe keima or jump here, and this would be okay. This there is no really rush to destroy top. Reason of that, there is always a move at A, and if white will defend somehow, I don't know how to defend, let's say build some huge moyo, then you always can play 5. So if we play like this, then we can maybe limit it with some shape, and then the site is not really that big. And also this is super safe way how to try to limit it, and that's why you don't need to invade directly. Most of the cases in this Joseki, we don't destroy top side, we only destroy top side where like white have one move to enclose it, especially here where there is no weak groups. For white, almost impossible to build a lot of points there, so you also don't need to invade, especially when you have a group on the right. This is good. Keima is fine. I'm not sure about this. I think I would try to block, but probably still afraid of this one. I don't know. Still painful. Maybe it's okay. I'm not sure about this. But this way black can just maybe jump, and you see, yeah, white connected, but that's just really small amount of cash, and it's not like black goal was not to attack. I think attacking is too much when there is a weak group on the right. Especially black has way more cash in this game. So for black is enough to limit a bit, take center. This would be really great result already. Okay. Yeah, now I'm really afraid about the situation with the groups. I really want to maybe enclose this group and settle both groups, and maybe like this there would be a chance, because two groups you need to defend one. If you cannot connect two, if it's too much, maybe white can try to cut somehow. I don't know. If white can cut, then probably this is not the best, and maybe just jump would be good. Especially right now, if you count points, like on the bottom is still possible to destroy all cash. So white doesn't have any cash, and black has 3 corners, so black doesn't need more cash, it's already enough. At this point it's just good to be sure that you will be not under severe attack. Yeah, and this is good move by attacking. This is really good direction, splitting attack. Now again, there is when there is 3 groups A, B, C, if you cannot connect A and C, and here you cannot, like this is a dream that you can connect like this, white will always cut you. So you don't touch this center group. Like this group we don't touch. We try to leave as far, one group should be far from the other one, because this way you make strong left, but right immediately becomes weaker. and this way very difficult to live with all groups. Like, yeah, black just managed to live, but what to do with this cut? Yeah, now I think at this point already it's very difficult to do something for black. Yeah. Maybe black is even alive. But what to do with the other group? Again, the problem. Is it possible? I think you should try to live somehow. Maybe play something like this. Don't know, and then some attach. Try to go for some combo, because just giving up a tail like in a game, this is probably game over. This is just too big. Yeah. And now I don't see a realistic way how to win the game. Maybe as black, one thing which would be probably the chance, still try to destroy the bottom side. Because like this you make center alive, it's safe move, but if you start to attack and try to cut, miracle can happen. Like this probably it will not happen anymore. This is a good way of playing as white. Maybe this one not even necessary. I think it would be okay to defend maybe like this. Something like you don't need to go for the risk to create another group. You can take, for example, center. This is how I would play, and then I would even connect to just spend one more center to be sure that there is nothing. Top is so huge, and black in total has 40 points, maybe 45. So white probably is good. Like this might be a chance. For example, if you play like this, it already becomes a bit more complicated. Like some moves like one can be annoying to answer. Probably white will still manage to run and give up something, but yeah, you don't really want to go for this extremely difficult fight. Okay, some call. This call I don't really believe, but I believe that it will work, but I don't think there is any reasonable sequence beside this, so you can try. Well, okay. This is probably fine. I don't know how to kill this, if it's possible. I guess the best way you can do, I'm not really sure it works, but I would play like this. I think like this, as far as I remember, it should be dead. It's not 100%, but I think like this it should die, or like this is dead. So maximum what white can do is to play like here. This is maximum, and then you capture something. Maybe it's not enough. Other way, if you kill like this, like you can also kill here, but I feel like there would be a call for a second eye at least, like with this 4. So yeah, I think this is just not working. And for white, of course, this is the move. This. Then you get additional space, I would say. Now, I don't know, maybe like this. You can even play here, also works. Yeah, so most of the cases, or even like this, just push also would be good. Then you have at least a call on the top. I don't know anything about this. This is also a problem, might be, so probably not really easy to make anything here. Isn't it's a call? I don't know. As black, I would try maybe, but there is how many cost threats? Like one. Well, few cost threats you have, so you can still try. Probably it's still possible. Double Atari. Ah, yeah, true, true. Yeah, I didn't see. Yeah, that's true. It's alive. So, well, there was really not really a lot of chances to kill this group. I think this core was not really possible to win. I mean, this was overplay, of course. I think more reasonable chance was to attach and then try, like, ask first what white will do, or play here first, something like this. And then it might be more dangerous for white and for black, but black can go all in like this. Okay, with this one we can stop. Let's go to the next one. If you don't have questions. Okay, the next one would be, oh wait, I will send you a link. Yeah, it would be Emmanuel Faubry with Robin Bonjon. Sorry for my pronunciation, it's not really good in surnames and names. Yeah, okay. So here everything is fine. I think I saw some professional games with this move, and I like this move way better here when you have a stone at A. It makes more sense. Something like this, maybe cut. I saw something like this, and it makes way more sense now. Usually when there is two stones, this is overplay, and white can just cut. I think in order to just punish it, I think you need to play something like this. Wait. 1, 2, 3. And then we connect. Yeah, and then something like this will happen. Yeah. And usually this exchange is bad, A for B. This is basically this exchange helps a lot for black to make the group strong. So without this exchange, like this, we don't play. Without 2-3, we don't really play cut, because it's always goes to the variation, which is good for black. Oh, for white, sorry. It would be a bit better for white if white just cuts. But if there is 3 stones, it makes a bit difference, because now the cut is not that severe. So now you can extend, especially if you have a stone on the bottom. Okay. This is fine. Maybe I would even consider to take cash. I would be happy to capture, like you see, the wall is going to completely strange direction. So in this case, probably white should just play Tenuki now. Like, this connection is not good. But white, how to handle D13? Oh, you just extend and then fight. It should be okay. Maybe even after this it should be okay, I think. I feel like this is too much. Maybe you can even jump if it's dangerous. Like, it's a big difference when there is 3 stones and 4, and still you have this. Like, maybe it's not as severe, but you are at least alive and you can maybe cut here, for example. It's still very difficult to do something, but it also might be not necessary. That shape not so easy to attack. I think the best you can do, maybe to attack like this, but you need to be sure that these 2 stones are alive. So now I don't think there is any danger. Oh, sorry, that's wrong branch. Yeah, so I didn't like this one that much, because white really get a good direction. Like, locally this is not a good Joseki for white, but because of direction, like black built completely nothing, this looks fine. Yeah. Okay, this is big. I'm even wondering, maybe it's a good idea even to play Hane. Locally, I'm not fan of this, but just I think you can get this exchange and connect. You will get Gote, but that Hane looks really important. But maybe it's not a big deal. Yeah, just like this is good. Yeah, it's fine. This looks good. Oh, this one is mistake for sure. I think you need to jump, and then the shape is fine. Like anyway, black needs to play something like this, and then you can build some maybe shape, something like this. Or if black play here, it's better to have one at 1 but not at J17. And this way, yeah, white probably still can run the same as in a game. Should be okay, and probably at some point white will be just fine, just or leave somehow, or just create another ice. It's very difficult to die here. So like this, very similar. Well, okay. White is alive. First of all, I'm not sure white is alive. I want to ask about this. Just ask and get this, or like this is really big, and I would be happy to get even this. I'm not sure which one I would be more happy to get, or maybe the C11. Okay, C11 is good, but now I would go for sure, I think this and this. If I can get this in center, it's a big difference in points, and now I don't even want to block. I think black is alive, and it's super meaningless to build this area. At this point, I think wall is not really important. Like not even wall is important, but moyo is not important. Black doesn't need to build anything. Like at this point, black is good. And maybe, yeah, I think should be good. And you have this wall, how to use it. Most of the times you don't build moyo. Like here, when white has a lot of strong groups which are already outside, if you continue to build moyo, your moyo would be just small. And you need to do a lot of moves, like I will just go with numbers. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, and it gives you like 20 points or so, maybe 30. But there is a lot of good moves, like invasion corner 1, but the one you can use the wall is this one. It's super painful. I don't know how to even answer as white. And so I'm not sure what to do. Like white have to run, but white is running to neutral area, and then you can build some base, for example. And black has a lot of points, and this looks like a way better plan. Just don't focus on moyo if you have a wall. Not always it's a good plan. I think even if there would be no other plan, I would just consider to take big moves, like play corner and something else. I just know that you need to spend, like, you know, value per one move in center is super low. Maybe you get 3-4 moves for, I don't know, 3-4 moves for 20-30 points, and it would be like 8 points per move, and 7 cost at least like 13 points per move. And yeah, this is way easier. Okay, yeah, this one is big, it's good. This is also good. Yeah, and then also about center, like black doesn't have center at all, and I think like this even white build more, and this is some problem. Maybe it's better to just play the move like this, I don't know, or like this to be sure, and maybe not play center at all, something around h4. You can also play h4, but this is too risky. Also, there is no need to do it. Maybe you can play here. It should be okay. Why I don't want to play this? I want to play here always like this. I want to get a lot of points there in center. I don't really want to live with this stone. Otherwise, it's not necessary. And if you manage to get this exchange, for example, now this would be great. You don't need to get even more. And you don't need to really focus on center as black. You have less, like smaller center. You need to just limit white center a bit. Maybe play some endgame. I don't know. Maybe even like this. To be sure you get center, block here, or maybe even capture the stone. This is huge. I also don't know what to do as white there. Maybe. And something like this, and I think like this black is comfortably leading. Should be, even if the center, like center you will get something but not much. But this way you take big end games and it should be okay. This, yeah, this is starting to become not good. Yeah, and you have to play in the end this move. You have to destroy. Okay. Well, here for sure you need to cut. Ah, maybe you was afraid. I don't know. This one? Maybe. I'm not sure it's really a street, so... I see that you can dive. I'm not sure the group is alive at this moment. Probably it is. Okay. Makes sense, maybe. Connection. In the end, it's still fine. I mean, it looks okay. Also, I don't think this one is good. Maybe it's better to play Chemo. In this case, it's just a bit more points. And second of all, I think that here I would play like this. For sure. As white. It looks like center. And now you solved everything. Now you can play. I think also the next biggest move like here. Or maybe push. Don't know. For sure not in the center. Center is not that big. This 5 is a bit smaller. Yeah, this you give up something in center. There's also... now it doesn't make any sense, I guess, to play like this. This is small area. This. And this would be a dream that white will block now. So now I think the best is connection, or maybe just to extend and block. Oh, like this, and then just playing there, I don't think it's a good exchange. Just E18 for C19. Okay. Yeah, that was super painful. This is good. Capturing is big. Yeah. This is also good. Capturing is also okay. I think the endgame you both played kind of okay. Maybe not perfect, but meanwhile I don't see big mistakes, like some small. Maybe here I'm thinking maybe this one is bigger. Just by points, by feeling. Like you build something, maybe it's center, and then you can play a bit somewhere else like here. But I don't think this should be, like, maybe it's important, but not as much. Also this one is bigger than that one, for sure. Yeah, this is for sure bigger, it might be center. But also there is this one still bigger, yeah. This is good. Yeah, here I think after the game you already realized that this was a mistake, that you should always play it. I think you should always play it even like this. Now, and then play here. But then there might be a core, but it's anyway, there is a problem of this core. So I don't know. Maybe now, at least when you are planning to defend, then for sure you need to play. Now you capture this stone, and this is probably the winning sequence for black. Yeah. Yeah, white also missed this. I think as white you play this immediately. It's 1.5 point center. Really good use for Tesuji. 1.5 point center, probably it's the biggest move. I don't know. Also, this is not center. So I think now you need to play something like this as white. And maybe this one, I guess. Or this, and this. Yeah, this would be the best. Don't need to even defend here, you can just block. No really danger. Yeah. If something similar happened, maybe here you can even defend. Don't know if it matters, but yeah, I guess you want it really to defend, but yeah, now you have to. Okay. And then the game was like half a point. I have a feeling that even black got a bit more in endgame. Because after this, felt like that white capture step by step, and white captures some really bigger area. And in endgame, maybe black give up some, but I feel like black catch up a bit. But the game was very, very balanced, I think. Maybe also I feel like maybe it feels like black catch up, but in fact I'm also thinking that, you know, this was the biggest endgame for sure, like way bigger than any other endgame like that turn. For example, yeah, like now, if you can turn as black, I think black is okay. This was the biggest point. And I think that white got it in the beginning of the endgame, that made white become really ahead. And yeah, afterwards black tried, but yeah, white t2 is so big. t2 at that point it's, let's say, I will just show you at the point, like at some point it's not like really a lot, but if normal endgame would be here, if you play this, if you don't play, let's say, then we can just capture. So it's center, and afterwards, as black, like white didn't lose anything, but black has to defend one more time here. This is problem, but it's not the biggest problem. Now white can play, you cannot defend, and most of the times the situation would be like this. And white, basically black lose almost 2 points. If white connects, black lose completely 2 points. But white will not connect, and like this it's like point dot 66, I think, like in center for white, which is pretty a lot, like around 1.5 point. So yeah, this is big. Also like this, black will get this later, a for b, and then it's not even 0.66, it would be 2.5 point in center. This is huge. It's probably the biggest one for sure. Usually as white you exchange this way earlier because it's always center. Okay, if you now have questions, we can continue with other games. So I will go with the next one. So here is Grigory Tromazov and playing against sorry, I forgot to write it. Yeah, here it's Robin Bonjon. This would be the game. Forgot to write names in this game. No, I didn't. Just yeah, okay. So everything is fine. This is good. Mm, I think as white there is no reason not to exchange this, especially now. Like sometimes you might keep, like at this point everything is okay. You just play some moves, like this one is also okay. But as white, probably black will build area here. So this exchange by itself makes black more smaller. And this way it's way easier to fight, I would say. Not fight, but it cannot be bad. I cannot even imagine it can. Like, it might be, but not at the moment, I think. Okay. Now we go with the crazy sequence. I'm not sure it's even good. Maybe. I'm not a fan of this. I try to avoid it. It's super difficult. I know that you need to have a ladder. I'm just thinking that oh, you need to capture. This is good. Maybe maybe you can play like this in order to play here, and then in this case try to capture like this. This is probably the best what AI will tell you. What I like in this case, I don't know. I'm not fan of this by myself. I know this variation, but I prefer to play Tenuki even now. I'm not fan of going that really complicated stuff. And I'm even okay to play something, and if black will take, it's probably fine. But at the moment I'm not really wants to play that. This one is also possible, but it's locally a bit worse for white. So you need to have some reason to play like this. In this case, right side is important, so I don't really want to play this. I don't see, like, there is no clear way why you need to play this at this point. It's way better to just leave it, maybe. Also, I'm not really dislike this variation. It's just my personal feeling. I don't think it's bad. I think it's okay. I just afraid to play it because there is too many dangerous one. If I would know that each time I would play this variation, I would be okay to play it. But there is too many some unnecessary cuts which you need to study, and that's why I'm not fan of that. Like this one, I'm okay to play. This is like one-way street. It's easy. But there is a lot of more difficult variations. Okay, capturing makes sense. I think maybe here is a good move. I don't know. Feels like it's important. At least once. A reason why this move is good, it destroys, like it puts a lot of pressure on the shape. And then if it would be like this, I would be happy as black. I create a very solid shape. Like you see, we can maybe make some conclusions on the top. Like black has very strong shape and white has very strong shape, but black has way more points there. And then it means that you cannot really use Ponuki anymore. It's difficult for white. So I would be really happy with this as black. Yeah. This one is just a big move. This is good. This one is good. Maybe, I'm not even sure. Yeah, capturing is big. Maybe as black, maybe you need to defend and try to fight like this. I think it's not as bad. It looks okay. And in this case, it's great. Okay. This is good. This looks a bit painful. I don't see a good move afterwards. Maybe try to play like this. this, you get this in center, I don't know. One you get for center and then play elsewhere. This is might be an option. Also, one more thing. I'm start to see the global position. Like global position looks like white has a lot of moyo. So taking the site is way more important than corner. When you build moyo, if you take the site, you can extend your moyo way, like it's just way easier to play moyo if you have additional site. In a game, if like this, like even you are alive, as black you can just play here. You don't need even to play attach, not attach Kakari. There is no need to. You need to create a group on this side, and it would be really problematic for white to build moyo, because white spends so much resources to walls. Like even if you play something like this, I don't know, it's already not clear what to do for white, and you just create a group. This way it's also a tactic. This is more like a AI tactic, like you need to probably live in the corner afterwards, I don't know, something like this. And then white will try to enclose the moyo and you need to invade. This is like computer tactic. Black as computer probably would play like this, but this is very difficult to play at all as black, and if you are on biome it's even more difficult. So it might be the most efficient way, but the easiest way is just to build a group on the left. Then white will have very difficult decisions, and afterwards maybe white will make more mistakes. Yeah, so this would be the more urgent point, the same as for white. Jump is good. This is also good. And now I guess you need to push, like to give more points, like maybe even like this. Well, just this shape, like usually it's bad, it's not great, but as far as white try to build moyo, you are playing on the edge of the moyos, and also you are making your moyo bigger, so it's important. Okay, came up similar. This looks like overplayish. Okay. I think this looks like a huge overplay. Maybe just good enough to play like this and connect. Yeah, this looks good. Yeah, I don't know, maybe there is a ladder different side, or maybe there is some Tesuji, but I think this way is just good enough. And if white will play Atari, I mean this take is center, you have to defend, and I'm not sure, maybe you can even fight here. It's not looking, it's looking still not so easy, maybe like this. When you take Ponuki, it's always easier to fight. And now maybe black is okay, even that black sacrificed something. This one probably still fine. Just too many groups. Like white managed to, I think like this, white managed to cut black, and now black needs to worry about two groups. Yeah, this is good. Jump is good. This is also fine. Here probably you need to just Atari. There's no need to keep this Atari, and maybe just extend. And then the game probably okay. White will leave. I don't know, maybe like this. And everyone will leave, and then this game looks close. Yeah, bottom, like black, white managed to enclose bottom. Also black will get less points in center, so probably this way is really close. Like this. I don't know. This looks like some problems. Maybe you can try to defend. Don't know if it works. This looks scary, but maybe this one. So I'm not even sure what is happening here. probably white can kill this. So you cannot defend, you have to extend, then it's some ko. Yeah, it's just not necessary. I think as black you just need to play here. And I feel like this was miscalculation, maybe that black could try to do something, but now, yeah, when this is dead, this is a problem. But I feel like black played well, just this moyo maybe didn't really destroy in a proper way. And for white, also you need to remember, you need to take the side when you play the moyo. Later, like corner are not so important when you play moyo. Even if black will take it, you can play some move like this and it already looks like moyo. It's not so easy to continue as white. For white, possible to get c4 at e8, c4. One second. Yes, it's possible. Maybe it's better even. I don't know. I don't think this one is bad. This is good because you create a weak group. But probably e8 is better. And maybe even again to push. This looks more like, not stylish, but more like you are using your stones everywhere. So I think I would probably play e8. Yes, it looks good. Even though locally c4 probably is the best move, like if we just check this corner. But if we check overall position, e8 is really good. And not so easy to settle the... Probably black still need to leave, but now it's not so easy. So yeah, looks good. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Next game is Gregory Tomazu, white, and Emmanuel Fabre, black. Yeah. Did I send it? Yeah. Okay. This is fine. Just Joseki. I think in this Joseki you can choose any side you want. It's just depends on the style. And also I think if you choose this side, it's more oriented game, like more peaceful one. If you choose this one, from my experience, if you choose this one, it would be more aggressive one. It would be less big territories, something like this. But you can choose any one, like any side. It's both are okay. That's fine. Corner, why not? I'm not fan of this move. You have a wall, like wall and some moyo on the top. It's way easier for black to play like this. Maybe, I don't know, if white will play here, you can capture like this or like this. Both are good. Or not capture. White still can live, but this is a bit painful to live like this, usually. Like, it's still possible to live. But maybe even now, I'm not sure, maybe black can capture. So, at the moment, white, I think white should jump, and then you can maybe play 3, and then overall all stones look like they work together very well. So this would be my first feeling. Like this, white is happy to run because now maybe these stones will be a bit under pressure. Yeah. Feels like maybe it's too early. Maybe it's good to even play like Kusumi. Let's say black will manage to build base, but then you can, like, you are strong, so you can create another group on the top. This looks like an easy plan. This way, I would be afraid that maybe black have some more severe continuation, but probably there is nothing. You can still, like, this card doesn't work, so probably it's still good. But for black, yeah, for black for sure you need to play like this. 1-2 jump and then keimo. This variation I think is 7. This way you destroy a base, but now these stones would be really weak. So white should play Kosumi, it's good. If you need to live like this, it's already kind of struggling. Maybe you need to run. This run also, you put some pressure on white, same idea. Maybe you can exchange this if you can, and then try to play here. Try to build a shape and run. G17 at H... Oh, it's very similar. I think you can play here. This is more solid, I would say. The difference is not big. I think H17 is more like, you know, moves that gives you more points but less pressure on the group. There is more center moves for white. Like this, I think that's why I feel like white should be more careful, because black position even more strong than usually. So that's why I feel like for white it's really necessary to play one here. But yeah, both are possible, G16 and H16. Yeah. This looks to me like a disaster for black. I mean, now white can even defend. I think defending is really big. Reason why it's big, let's say we take a big move, then black can almost cut in center. And then you need to capture, and maybe we can even try to live in the corner. Maybe even this. This is too much, but this one should be okay. Yeah. And now you see that before it was connected wall, now this corner is a bit under pressure. So just by one move you build really a lot. Okay. Fight. I think here would be, I would play something like this and jump. This would be probably something like this, and here and jump. Usually something this is Joseki. If black play here, you can play some very I would say even a rude move like this, and I don't know how to settle this for black. Like usually it's a problem, and not so easy to answer. Like if we go here, this is basically a big problem. It needs, like this is dying. Even if it will be alive, it's terrible. So black doesn't have a good move. And if you play like this, first of all the shape is still bad, and white can connect, and now that combo works very well if you want to play it. But just jumping or maybe Hane here looks also okay. Like black shape is not great. Yeah. Usually this one is a move. Jump. Okay. Maybe now it's not really best timing. I think something like this would be really good. Try to put some pressure, maybe even force to connect under. And I'm also not sure you need to play this. Maybe when white is so strong, there is some moyo in center, you can even consider to invade. Or yeah, invading, or even just playing like this. This is a bit too flexible to me. Probably I would play here. They like aggressive way of playing. But this looks like good. This is a bit greedy. And yeah. I'm just thinking there is, I recently saw the option to play like this. I'm just thinking, if I saw it recently, not here, but something like this, and white will capture and you connect. If the right is kind of connected, but maybe it's too much to give up that stones. Yeah, feels like too much. In a game it was good. I think in a game it's okay to get Hane. It's fine. Maybe you can even get this. And yeah, maybe you can get block in center. Yeah, probably block is center. So maybe this way it's a bit better. Don't know. But white, I guess, also happy. Maybe now you can get it. If you can. It's so difficult with timing to when to get it. This is also too much. You cannot play like this. I'm not sure. Okay. But this was fine. I think this is fine. This is good. Maybe I'm just thinking, what about blocking now? Or like this. This might be even more painful. I don't know. I think white is dead here. Or at least stones are dead. Like these stones might be dead in center, let's say. And then it makes a big difference. Is it a koi in the corner? Like this, white will jump. So I don't think it's a koi. Maybe now. No, it's no koi. Like this. Like this you want to play koi. Maybe. Yeah. This one is good, but I think there was mistake. Maybe not. Yeah, it looks like it's a koi. Yeah, it's a koi. And you should play it. I think even now it's good to play it like this. Because if white will not answer, then you can push this and capture its dead. So at this point, you play like this. It's 3-step koi, but you don't play at this moment. Now for white to eliminate it, white needs to 2 moves at A and B. So you can easily play something like this. And this is just a headache for white. Later, endgame, I don't know, it's like 3, 4, 5 moves you need to do. And here is something like 50 points. So I would say one move is less than 10 points in order if you can win the koi. So maybe 8-7 points to just play there. I like to count coin points, otherwise I don't have any clue when to start it. And that's why I think like this 5 moves you need to do. Like for white to capture 2 moves. I will show it like this. 1 and 2. And then it's 3, 4, 5 for black. So in total it's 5 moves. I just count how many points and divide points by moves to see how big is the one move per koi. It's not accurate, but I don't know. I mean, it's good enough for me. It's accurate enough for me. So it's not as good as AI counts. It's plus minus 2-3 points, but it's just enough. I think just good enough to at least have any conclusion about that, because like this without algorithm very difficult to know how big is the koi. So here white play this is probably looks like a good move, but I think there is a weak group here. So maybe it's too much. Like white gets so much cash here. Even though there is a koi, black it's still not really working it. Like it's still a koi, but white still has a lot of cash. It was black side. So now maybe it's good to play something like this. Black will capture and then you will take another move. I think white would be happy with this. Should be fine. Like this you create another group, and now we enter a splitting attack. When you enter splitting attack, suddenly it's very difficult to live with two groups. Computer doing this very well, but for people it's very difficult. Like this is the easiest place where you can collapse. Okay. Like by shapes everything is fine. Okay. Cut. This is good. I'm not sure about this. Maybe. Jump. I think here this one is way more dangerous. Like, I don't know, I feel like the top group can really die. This one has some moves. Maybe it can manage some I don't know, something like this, and then here probably it can survive somehow. Not really sure, but I feel like there's more chances to survive with this group. This looks difficult. Maybe you can try to live with this one. It's not so easy to kill. Like now this, and then maybe you can escape. I think maybe even like this. No, this is too much. And then you can go with this. It's the same sequence that it was in a game, but you need to capture the stone first, because if white will play here or black, then you can just escape to that direction. So black have to give up this stone, and now there is a street that there would be two eyes, so you have to play here. I'm not even sure, maybe as white you can capture top, which is also a problem. So I guess at this point black should defend, and then white will live. And then white managed to live with everything. And probably white is winning this game. Well, depends on the call. But yeah, this call is not easy to win. Okay. And this was probably over. Like, you are alive, but yeah, just maybe it was better, of course, to defend here. Like this, more chances. Maybe this group, let's say it's center, then you can hope to attack this. There is some chances at least. But now I feel like it's not really a lot. Yeah, now game looks kind of overish. And one more interesting thing, like here black tried to leave. This is absolutely unnecessary. You need to play like this, just like this. Yeah, even you can connect is good enough. Take another big move. Let's say you play here, play endgame. It should be enough. I think like this black is ahead by a lot, and then something like 20 points. And leaving on the bottom, it's just you create another group. Maybe you can live like this. I think this way it's alive. Play like this, and then you can jump, and then should be possible. Maybe not. Maybe it's still a problem. Still difficult. So I wouldn't even try. I think it's just too much to try, and you don't need to do it. Just play endgame and it's enough. In the game, group kind of died, so white had some chances. Now maybe the game is a bit closer. Yeah, it's good. This one is also good. Black also gets something, so I'm not even sure. The game probably still good for black. Even black died, so it was this points on these points. Of course white get more, but black was ahead, so now probably black is still winning. Yeah. Was really important for black to play here first. Like top is not as important. First of all, it's a move on the third line. Usually it's more important than move on the second. But also this group doesn't have two eyes. And if you will make semidori, like force even not like even black will not kill it, but black will force white to capture, this would be a big problem for white. You need to play inside your territory a lot of times. That's why if white can live, white will be easily winning. Well, not winning, but easily would be happy. I don't know. I think white is still losing, even by capturing. But if white can build twice, at least white don't need to spend moves inside. So that's why I feel like if you play as black here, probably white will even answer. I don't know, maybe build ice would be the correct. And then you can get this in center and play on the top. Yeah. Also about the core, maybe core was better, but you also get some center and now it's not necessary, so it's completely fine. And this game is not really close. I think it's more than 10 points. Yeah. In the end it was a blunder, but I don't think it's a big deal. I think that here was probably the biggest problem, just running with the stones. Not so easy to live with two groups, and that was the problem. And then white missed a chance and died. Like there is one reason why I don't like this position for white, because if you live with two groups, probably it's even. If you will die with one, you lose for sure. So here most of the cases black has win-win situation. And so, because if white will live, white will still give some wall. Like even here, if white will play correctly, it's still you have like few points, but black get a wall. Black can play here now, and then black can invade. The other group is weaker. It's still not great for white. I think black is still okay. And that's the problem, that even if you find a good variation for white, it's still not sure you are good. And that's why I feel like you don't need to go for this split in attack. Like if you have an option, like you could just give up maybe these stones, maybe later after this peep. Yeah, maybe you could just play this, and yeah, that's like this. White is probably good. Okay, if you don't have questions, we can go to the next game. There is two more. Next one, I will send the link. Yeah, it would be game Emmanuel Fabry with Matthew Cable. Emmanuel Fabry playing white. Okay, so this is a bit strange, I would say, to play like this. I would be okay to play this Joseki. This is very old Joseki, like this. But I checked this variation with AI and it thinks it's even now. So you can easily play it if you want. It's okay. Sometimes it plays some moves like this, but most of the cases it's okay to play like this for both. It's even variation. This way probably it feels like white will... This is not clearly bad, but I think this is just too slow to play like this. And black just settles everything everywhere, so it's fine for black. Yeah, looks good. I would be happy here to play as black. This is clearly an overplay, I think. You can just play something like this to avoid connection and then block, and that's it. If black will play here, maybe you can even cut. Not so easy to answer. Maybe white will play this, but even like this it's probably still okay because you destroy the shape. Now you can jump. I think this is still fine. I don't think this is bad, necessarily bad. Maybe this is also okay. Just a bit not that clear. To me, I'm not sure what the status of this result. Probably it's fine for both. Black is alive, but also white gets something, so not really sure. This move looks like a bit strange. It's very difficult to attack this group. It's not the weakest group, so maybe now let's assume this group is alive, this group is alive, so if there is two more or less alive groups, you don't really want to destroy area between them. For sure, you can limit that, but you don't want to destroy it. Way better to take your own, to build your own area. It's just more efficient. I think you are always happy as white if black play there. I don't even imagine, cannot imagine that black will play too. That means that at some point, or you will have a chance to play it, or it will be just small and not the important point. Okay. That's fine. This is again looks like some overplay. I don't know how to answer on this move. There is some problems that you can play maybe here, and there is no connection. And maybe there is some magnificent live there, I don't know. Let's assume you can connect, but this the other group will die. And also I play super slack as black here, and it's still probably good. So this was clearly an overplay, and like this, probably even like this, it's not working still. You can just cut, and yeah, this is that. It's even there is also two stones, so now I don't know, maybe you can cut, but it's clearly doesn't look good. I don't know what to do on this for white. Like this feels like white managed to get a good result. Okay. It's even okay to play this. It would be in the last game, I think, this Joseki. I will go a bit more detailed there. But I think this one is probably here also would be the best option. Yeah. Good. Most of the cases when you... This is some Joseki where black should answer. And if you don't answer, for example, it was a chance for white. For example, yeah, now white can play a move like this. And it's very difficult for black to do anything. If black will try to cut, then you can play here. It would be great if there is a ladder, I'm not sure. But if there is a ladder, it's even better because you can try to push more. But even without ladder, you can play like this, push, and push again, and then connect. And corner is not alive. And this is really painful for black. All points are gone, and yeah. Okay. This is good. Here probably this is bigger. There is still a problem with this move, like you can try to capture it, so there is some problems, and it means that one is really important. Okay, this is fine. Some big moves. This looks good. I think at this point black is fine. Like maybe on the top black lose some advantage, but now it looks good after this cut. I also think there was a chance, for example, now when the white is alive, you can even connect here. Way easier to win the game on points than just by killing groups. I think black just went killing groups, and this might be a bit too much. Even though in the end black could kill the group, but it's still a bit more risky strategy. Okay. Yeah, and then try to leave. Good. And this is like, I think this move is not necessary. Maybe it's good just to capture. But again, I don't know what was the reading and what was the time settings. And maybe white felt not happy, but I think white is winning now by some margin. Like, if this group will not die, but I don't think this group or this will die. Always a Fisher time. 40 minutes, Well, but you know, even in Fisher time, you can be a bit under time pressure, even though it's not no Bayomi, but you can have 1 minute and there is a lot of time pressure. So yeah, it depends a lot. But the group probably is dead on the top. I feel like it should die. But I also, for me, when I was checking this game, I was not sure. It's not really clear. But even, you know, like this, when it's dead, I think the best way you should play to kill it, maybe like this. Is it dead? Even this one, I'm not sure it's dead. I think it's just, it's not so easy. Even now, maybe, okay, you cannot play this, but even like in the game, it was not over. I feel like, yeah, even like this, it's dead. But what next? It's a lot of Aji. To be honest, I think white will lose this game. But if I would play against computer, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't win this game as white and as black against computer. This is not really possible. But in reality, it's probably like if white looks dead. There is no clear way what you can do. Like, I don't see anything. I think the best way is to try to cut here and try to kill bottom. But yeah, again, it's not easy. So probably yes. But white could, I think white could leave. I will just try to think how. This Atari. Maybe now you should play this. This is a key point. And after this, maybe you can try to hope to get, like, even after this you can hope to get an eye here, maybe something like this. I don't know if it will work or not. Maybe it's my imagination. In fact, I don't know. Maybe its group is dead. Very difficult to say. But I feel like I would just defend. There is no need for white to risk. But I think white just didn't see this. So yeah. Okay, that's all. Do you have maybe questions? Yeah, okay, so the last one. We'll send the link. Yeah. It's Grigor Tramazu, West Matthew Cable. Okay. Yeah, now I wanted to talk a bit with this about this Joseki. Usually we play like this. This is Joseki, and after that we have some kind of a Joseki like this. Then white play Hane. This is standard variation. This, then we play Atari. This. And then black connects, or black plays something like this. This is also option, or black connects. Let's say, and then, I mean, it's good if white can answer, or white can just fight. It's also okay. But this is most of the times is kind of a Joseki. Yeah, I think it should be fine. Like this, after this, black doesn't need to play here. Like, in reality, black is not happy to play double honey here. Black are building a territory on a fourth line, and like this, it's gotta. Like this, it still like feels like white shape is not so good. And if white wants to push, black is happy to continue. So this is a main difference. Okay. Usually here, this is the move, and then you can have the next move center. So usually it's like this. There is no good answer on one. I mean, white have to accept this. But it's very nice to have a 3 as center. In a game, you will have like this center, but this shape is not as good. This group on the left is alive. You can even try to attack. Like, now white can destroy ice, but I mean, you can just escape easily. So it's painful to get 2, but it's not as painful as just to defend there, I think. Okay, this is good. I think here you need to defend. When you have a stone on the side, it's way better to connect everything. Like this, white invade, black invade to the corner, and after all of that, this stone doing nothing. And in a previous case, you could really try to connect everything. So this would be way more interesting for white, like this. Okay. Similar idea here. Better to play this, and maybe to build some areas there. Like this, it's this stone looks strange. Like this. I mean, if you continue, you don't want to have a stone at A. The same idea, we just go to the different side. Maybe because of that, I think I'm not even sure. Maybe you don't need a wall. Maybe you can just take points. It's also okay. I'm even fan of this one more, because very difficult to build moyo. So I like way more to have a really cache. Yeah. Okay. This is big. This is good. Oh, this is too much. I think as white, reasonable answer is to Keima. There is no reason not to play this Keima. Afterwards, let's say black will play here. You can maybe attack from the other side. But very important to make sure that this group is strong and then attack. Now black can try to really, I think it's okay for black to even play like this, try to split these two groups. Now I'm not sure that white is so happy. Black is alive, white needs to play here, and then black can really put some pressure. And if white will jump, then black can invade, and now this exchanges doesn't seems to be good. Yeah, this is also an active way. Cut. Maybe cut is too much, but there is no other option. Maybe I don't see other option. I think cut might be okay. Maybe now you need to just extend, I think. I'm not really fan of the cut. I don't know what to do. I wouldn't even play here. Or maybe I would play like this, and then try to block it somehow. It's not easy. Like you can play like this, and something like here, maybe jump. But this is very difficult. Like even for me, it's not clear. That's why taking the corner would be easier way. Maybe like this to take the corner. This is way easier way. You make base, and everything is kind of obvious. In this case, you play the sequence, and by shapes you play correct. Cut is good. It just leads to a bad result. And here is not so easy to find a good sequence for you. P10 is not good for sure. Like after P10 you are pushing from behind. So in this case you just jump, and now your shape is okay. Yeah, Atari for sure is not good. now maybe it's fine. Maybe it's maximum you can do when you play here. Yeah, just cut and then extend. Okay. Yeah, this is good. Now white gets some advantage here. We cannot play this because of the cut. Yeah, it's super painful. Yeah, which is fine. This is also good. Here, I think it's better to play like this. If you play here, there is no this crosscut. Crosscut is a big deal, and white played really well here. Like this was good sequence. Maybe there is a chance for black to extend and try to give up Ponuki. This might be some rescue, like this. Yeah, probably would be better, because Koi is too much. I think white just losing not that much as black. Yeah, cut is center, have to answer. Maybe white can even consider to play here, there is no need. And then play some cross thread like this. Because there is no other cross thread, I don't see any. Maybe this, but this doesn't look like the strongest one. Maybe you can even defend like this, so not really, like nothing left. And that's why this way it would be probably game over. Like this, black gets something. I mean, it's still very good for white, but not completely over. Okay. Yeah, and then fight. Okay, this looks good. I think right now this sequence was super good for white. Like this was great. And now at this point, white is winning so much that like white have I don't know how many points. It takes a lot of time to count, but I think white is winning by like 20 points cash. And it's if I count like this for black. This is like white is winning. And that means that for white to win, you need to just leave. Maybe this one, I don't know. This looks like center. You need to answer and then it's not so nice. Maybe just leave. I would just leave like this. And I don't know, give up these points. Maybe take endgame. And white is winning by a lot. I don't know. Also, you can capture this stone, which is huge. You can capture the next stone. This is super good for white. And in this position, the worst you can do is create two groups. This is like best chance now. This exchange is you make this heavy group and this heavy group. And suddenly black have chances to win this game. Yeah, cut is good. Maybe here was a last chance you could play like this. Try to connect. Yeah. And then maybe you give up these two stones, whatever. But yeah, it's already good. White is still winning. And like this, it feels like we are going to some really crazy sequence. Maybe black could try to play a bit more severe, I guess. You could play something like this in order to be, maybe there is more chances. Maybe even you can push, I don't know. Push looks good. If it works, I don't know if it's the best move. Maybe you can play even like this. This looks, if this one works, then it's for sure the best, but I am not really sure. But even like this, it already looks difficult. This Kosumi is good. Yeah. And now suddenly black getting really a good result. I'm not even sure what is the status if black just capture. Maybe it's already even game. Because black just, without anything, just captures some decent amount of points. we just invest in anything. So like this is also good. Trying to kill, it's good. And here maybe white could leave somehow, but here it's not so easy. You're fighting your Ponuki, and maybe you need to just sacrifice this group. This looks like, is it center? It's not center even. Black still can cut. So yeah, connecting here was correct. And now you can play this. This looks big. Yeah, I think now that this long group might leave, and then something like this will happen. Probably it's still close game, I guess. Like this, yeah, you need to turn now, and I think this attack was just too powerful, and now super difficult to leave. Like this group, yeah, shouldn't be alive. Also already, even if it's alive, we can capture, like top is already dead. Now we can capture this, so just white collapse. Basically everything started from this. It was unnecessary, completely unnecessary. And yeah, when you kill the group like this, and especially when black get something like very strong shape, which is Ponuki, best way you win the game, you're alive with all groups, and you play endgame. Just endgame, no need to invade anywhere. I think at this point it's very important before the move, like one count points. How many points you have and how many points you can afford for black. I'm pretty sure that white can afford to give black like this. And still white would be okay. But you never give like this. I mean, it would be always less. So white is winning here by at least 20 points after this, after the right side. And yeah, not creating another group would be easy win. And for black, probably all this fight, yeah, first of all, don't make this Atari, because you are pushing from behind now, it's not good. And I would recommend you to defend like this. Maybe push first, and then this, and this. This is the shape here. Yeah. Do you have maybe questions? If not, yeah, then that's all for today.